We're back and we're live from the 2014 Arnold Classic Expo at the Mutant booth. And I'm sitting here with Johnny O. Jackson. Everybody knows you. You've only done 10 Mr. Olympias.
That's all.
That's all.
Yeah.
Just casual.
We gotta make it one more though.
You like to lift in your spare time?
Oh,
that sort of thing?
Yeah, I like to swim more than I do
Yeah,
lift.
I know. And then we got Matt Sinkrang, a social media coordinator.
What's up?
And we're gonna do Q&A with Johnny.
Johnny.
So live Twitter questions, live Facebook questions.
Yes, Facebook.
Be easy on me.
Easy, yeah. Don't ask him any tough stuff.
Yeah, man.
So
remember, I'm a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Not a scientist.
And you don't have your agent here to answer the complicated questions.
Yeah, like my name, my middle name, stuff like that.
Okay, so Matt, you want to kick it off?
Okay, I got a tweet from Real Super Sid HU. His question is, Johnny, who's your favorite bodybuilder of all time?
What?
Who's your favorite bodybuilder of all time?
I heard you. My favorite bodybuilder of all time. Man, I mean, there's been so many awesome bodybuilders throughout the year, but I have to say Lee Haney, definitely.
Yeah.
He's the epitome of professionalism.
Yeah.
He's a family man, and he's a Christian and believes in God. So and he was 7-time Mr. Olympia.
8-time.
Well, I was just corrected. 8-time Mr. Olympia.
You just left the door open for me.
Excuse me, Lee.
Sorry.
Hey, excuse me, Lee. That was my bad. Yeah,
you were just trying to help me look smart. That's all you were doing. You were trying to help me look smart.
Yeah, but definitely, like I said, he's the epitome of professionalism and a family man, you know, to where it shows that you can separate the two, you know, and like I said, definitely if I look up to someone, it's him.
Well, Lee Haney was Mr. Olympia when I started training. So, you know, I'll always remember him as the champ, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
First couple years I was lifting, I was buying all the magazines, and he was the man. So, you know, I'm also really happy that I got to see some of Lee Haney's era firsthand, you know?
Absolutely, and for me, it's awesome that I can actually call him a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over the years that we've gotten closer and closer, and he loves my daughter, Georgia, not as much as I do, of course, but he really does, and you know, I appreciate, you know, the way he treats her and treats my wife and stuff like that. He's just an awesome person all the way around.
I only met Lee once at my first Olympia in '02. I was getting in the elevator, and he was standing in there, and I just said, "Hey, Lee, I'm a big fan." And you know that big smile and that Georgia accent that's like thick like molasses. And he just said, you know, hey, good to meet you. And he took a picture with me, and that was the only time I met him. But he was a nice dude, man.
And you saw earlier one of his partners, Carlos Rodriguez. He was over here earlier today, and we actually had lunch here at the booth. So another very nice guy, and actually he's on the road to competing again.
Yeah, that's cool.
So big ups to him and what he's doing.
Yeah, okay, cool, man.
Okay, I'll do a Facebook question. We got one from Irvin Parga, who's actually a past Fan of the Month winner as well. And his question is, how many months do you take to get ready for a competition?
How many months?
Yeah.
Well, weeks. Yeah. We always go by weeks.
Yep.
And I usually take 12 weeks out for each show. I'm getting ready for the Europa show right now.
Yep.
And because of the mishap that I had at the Olympia, I had to say this time around, getting ready for the Europa, I started out 16 weeks, you know, to give myself a little bit more time to hone it in and get in shape. You know, I don't want to leave anything uncovered, and I want to make sure, you know, I look right once I get on stage.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to adjust, depending on the comfortability of getting ready for a show.
Yep. Cool. Okay, I got another question, another Facebook question from Charles Goodypool. How has it been with Team Mutant so far since you've joined on with us?
Oh man, I guess he hadn't been listening.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm ranting and raving about Mutant. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get no better than this. And man, these guys the whole team are awesome. The guys behind the scene is awesome. I always say it's one of the smartest, and I don't, you know, relate to myself being smart too many times, but I have to say in this time, it's one of the smartest things I ever done in my career. Is getting with Mutant.
Cool.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Okay. I got another kind of cool question here on Facebook as well from Martin Scope. He wants to know your take on the bodybuilders in the 70s versus the bodybuilders today. What your take on that is, the changes of the physiques and stuff like that.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good question and a hard question. Even though I was born in the 70s, thank you, you're making me reveal my age.
Me too.
It's hard for me to compare because obviously I wasn't competing back then, and I'm competing now with these guys. And you know what I mean? Bodybuilding has evolved so much just since I've turned pro in 2001 to today. You know, it's evolved, and the bodies have evolved so much. So you got to understand, we deal with what we have to deal with, and the education that we have at that time and moment is what we all have to work with.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And as time goes on, we get educated a little bit more and get a little bit more stuff involved. So it's hard to compare one to the other because back then they don't have the stuff that we have and the knowledge that we have now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard to say that those guys were better than us or we're better than them now because they didn't have the opportunity to have the supplements, and the knowledge that we have today.
Yeah.
So it was what it was then, and it is what it is now. And I am where it's at. No, I'm kidding. I thought I'll sneak that in.
Although that did look pretty good on the close-up. I saw it behind you. That was a good arm that you gave there. That was good.
That's funny.
All right, we'll take another Twitter question. Again, from Real Super Sid HU. What's your all-time favorite exercise?
Oh, man. I mean, this guy really hadn't been listening. Because everybody knows the deadlift is my favorite exercise.
Yeah.
And I mean my favorite exercise. All you got to do is go on YouTube and look and see me get it on, and it'll go from there. It'll answer all the questions from there.
Yeah. I always, whether you enjoy deadlifting or not, whether you're an athlete that does deadlifts or not, I always consider the deadlift the truest measure of pure strength.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't say no better myself.
You know what I mean? So when people ask me if I'm strong, I go, well, I'm not really that strong because my deadlift's not that good. It doesn't matter how, I've deadlifted over 6 and stuff, but, you pulled like 850.
Yeah, but I mean,
barehanded.
Jesus, how much you want to do?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think that's clean to say, you're strong.
I guess
you're getting a little greedy now.
Yeah, no, I know. It's but you're doing the raw barehanded deadlift is the truest form of strength, I think.
Well, absolutely, Ron. I truly always thought that. That's why it's one of my favorite exercises because you got dead weight on the ground. You put your hands on it and you got to lift it with everything you got, and then either it moves or it doesn't.
Yeah,
that's it. There's no momentum. You know what I mean? There's no grabbing momentum. Even on a squat, you stand up with the squat and then you squat down, but you can grab momentum to bounce from the when you're all the way at the bottom, and you can grab a little momentum and a little bounce from the bottom to help you, get back up. With deadlift, it's dead weight, and like I said, either you lift it or you don't.
Yeah.
And if I put my hands on it, I'm going to lift. No, I gotta stop. I know it's a little annoying, but I can't help it. It's fun.
It's what makes you enjoyable, Johnny. That's why we like having you around.
I'll take one more Facebook question. We got one from Dan Barnaby. He just won the February.
Say that again?
I got a question from Dan Barnaby on Facebook. He just won our Facebook Fan of the Month. So his question is, what do you prefer, high reps or heavy weight? I think we know the answer to this question, but...
You know what? I really prefer both.
Okay.
It's just like if someone asked me, do you like free weights or you like machines or you like cable? I like to use the whole gym.
You're a bodybuilder.
That's the same thing with my training. I like to do take some weeks off to see how strong I am and do low reps and high weight. And then other weeks is like, what I mean? My body's a little broken down, you know what I mean? And I have to be a little bit more smarter in those weeks and do lighter weight. And when I'm doing lighter weight, I have to do more reps. You know what I mean?
The key, I think the bottom line that all good bodybuilders have in common is intensity. Because you can do high reps or low reps, and you can do both with extreme intensity where you push your body.
Absolutely.
So sometimes I think people confuse. They think heavy means hard and light means easy, but that's not how I think. I'm always trying to...
Right, and then the ultimate thing you want to do is break down lean muscle tissue.
Yeah, yeah.
So when it recovers bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate
You
goal.
have to stress it enough so it adapts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's 50 million different ways to train. You guys got to find out which one works for you.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
I actually got one question myself for Johnny. Who do you think is going to win the show tonight at the open class?
Man,
open?
I thought you knew me. You don't even know me.
You know I know the answer to that, but I'm asking.
French Warren, no doubt. I mean, he works out with that guy, Johnnie Jackson.
I heard that guy
he
pushes
must
him
be
pretty
good.
hard. Yeah,
he must be good, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Branch looks awesome. Prejudging is on right now, so if you're not online, well, I guess you should be watching us, not him. But as soon as we're done, make sure you change speeds and get to the prejudging so you can find out what's going on there.
I got a question for you, Johnny. This is a question I like to ask only really, really hardcore, serious guys. Is there anything that you do in your prep now that you only have kept in there because it reminds you of the early days? Like a little thing you do that you think makes you harder or tougher? Like
yeah, that's an awesome question.
Like I did.
You always come up with these good questions, man.
I used to do cardio. I used to walk outside in February with a parka and a toque. I'd do laps around the park for my cardio because I had no machine and the gym was far away. And I always thought that made me hard, like mentally made me hard. I had to go out in -20 and do laps around that park for my cardio.
Right.
And so sometimes I still do that walk at midnight or whatever, pouring rain.
Understandable.
Cold, just because it reminds me of when I was young and I had nothing but a gym bag and a blender.
Yep.
And is there anything that you do
Absolutely.
like that?
Well, the weekend before the show, I like to take Epsom salt baths, on the Saturday. What I do is fill up my tub of, pretty warm water, a little bit more than lukewarm, and I take a half a gallon of Epsom salt and I pour half a gallon of Epsom salt in the bath, and I sit in it for 20 minutes. Now, what it does is the positive salt content that's in the water and the outside draws the water out from underneath their skin into the bath.
Yep.
And so with that, I feel like I'm getting tighter. I'm getting water drawn from underneath my skin.
So it's like really.
Oh, absolutely.
Like a mental kicker.
Well, definitely. It's like, you know what I mean? You do that, it's a week before the contest, and you're carb depleting in a couple days, and it's time to get it on.
Yeah.
So it's a reminder of for me, of where I am. You know what I mean? Also, it's a reminder of, it's time to deplete. It's time to get rid of the crap out of you, the excess stuff, And if I'm doing Epsom salt bath, it means I've done everything I was supposed to do the last 11 weeks.
Right.
Because like I feel comfortable enough that I can do a salt bath because it's the finishing touches.
Yeah.
And if I'm not that comfortable, that means I'm holding a lot of fat.
Right.
And whether I get an Epsom salt bath or not, it's not going to help me.
Right.
So I got to be at a certain weight, at a certain body fat percentage, a certain look to feel comfortable to get in the bath to know this is the finishing touches.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Okay. Well, we thank you for your Facebook and Twitter questions. Live Twitter feed with Johnnie Jackson. Where else do you get that? Nowhere. That's the answer. Yeah. We all know that. This is the Mutant Booth. Day 2 is a wrap for us. We've been live. We're going to be live tomorrow. You keep tuning in. We got more coming tomorrow. We're not going to let you down. This is where it's at. Now go watch the bodybuilding show on the live cast.
Absolutely. I wish I was on stage. Oh, by the way, I got 4th here last year.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, man, it was hard for me not to come back here.
Yeah.
But it was a smart thing for me to do. So, but I just wanted to sneak that in there that I got 4th.
Yeah, and that. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, another. One more left.
We got one more show.
Got 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so this isn't a wrap.
That's how crazy it is. This isn't a wrap. What am I talking about? I'm so busy. I don't even know what time it is. Is it Thursday?
Ron, only thing you had to do is come to Johnnie.
I had one job.
Just ask Johnnie. I got the answers, baby. I got the answers.
Okay, we got 4 o'clock. Then you could go watch the finals. Okay, man. I'm delirious.
We'll see you then.
Don't talk to me. I'm done. Talk to Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
I got some
So,
questions and answers.
do
for
the
you
rap.
now.
All right, see you guys.